we're going to talk about the basic business model in a software business. And once again, I'm going to split it into two separate areas. I'm going to say, what happens if you build the software and then sell it to people, as opposed to a SaaS model where you're building the software and then kind of leasing it to them over time, and they're paying a rent or they're paying on a monthly fee or an annual contract or something like that to keep it up. Two different business models, which is important to track in the TGG way business model. So what you've got here is, if you're building a piece of software, you're going to find that your cost of goods sold are typically going to be around 25%. Because you've got a lot of people who have to put a lot of energy into building this software, which means your gross profit is still 75%. The key here is, though, you have to spend a lot of money to keep this thing going. So typically your SG&A is going to be somewhere between 40 and 50%. A lot of it's stuck in sales expense, a lot. And usually you can see that sales expense being as high as 25% of revenue. But that means is that your net operating income is still going to be somewhere between 25 and 35%. Why do software businesses get this big net income opportunity where other businesses might not? It's because it's really, really risky. You're inventing something new and you're hoping people will adopt it. And if they don't, you've spent a ton of money building it and it ends up being fairly worthless. So it's important that you get rewarded as a business owner for taking that kind of risk. Now, the difference here and things that have changed is we have this new business model that people have called a SaaS model, which is software as a service. And once you build the software in this one, it's very different. You're ending up with cost of goods sold, in this particular case, of as low as 10%. 10%, which means your gross profit is 90%. But in order to get people on the platform, keep them going, there's a ton of service and support that has to go with that. And even more importantly, you've got sales expenses. In this particular case, sales expenses can be as high as 35 to 50% of your revenue. So we'll use 50%, and then service expenses can be another 15 to 20%. So all in all, you might have SG&A here of 70%, which still leads you to that 20% down here at the bottom. Again, when you're thinking about these different business models, what you want to think about is, how is your business performing versus the ideal TGG way business model. And when you see a difference, when you see a little disconnect, go in and attack it. Try to figure out where that is so that you can sleep well at night knowing that your business is optimized to make the best profits, to make the best decisions, and to hit your goals.